This is the second time we're trying to record this podcast because our audio.
Did it take a shit on the last one? Is that what it was?
Are we just doing the whole thing over again, or?
Yep, we're basically just redoing it. Yeah.
Hey, welcome our viewers or listeners.
This is your podcast again.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Reincarnated as a podcaster. I am your host for today, the Ed Boy. So this is So what is this? This is like we'll say it's a take two to something that's lost to the ether.
So we got, our last podcast got killed, so we're reincarnating it as a part two. So
Oh, hell yeah, we're actually using the name. Okay, sweet.
Yeah, even our set changed.
Yeah, it's like a parallel dimension where that take didn't happen.
We're in season 2.75.
Was there someone else with us too?
No.
It was just Rumniak.
Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of which,
No, you don't need to know about me. No.
speaking of which, Rumniak's back with us again. Hey,
Some would say he never left.
it's like he never left.
I never leave.
Some would say he's not
I'm
a
just
guest
always
anymore.
in the corner.
He was on, if you listen to our last episode, he was in it.
Yeah.
He was there. He was there when we originally tried this. So,
I'm sorry we have
Yep.
to re-record this.
How dare you?
but
You gotta
it's
take out
fine
time
because
out
I
of
don't
busy
fully.
life.
It's fine because I don't fully
That's a
remember
busy
what
life.
happened in that one. So
I don't remember what happened on that one either.
We talked about anime.
No, I know, but like I don't even know what I said.
You said some anime was good and some were bad.
I mean, that's a pretty safe bet, I guess, right?
Sometimes maybe good,
So that's what
sometimes
you
maybe
usually
shit.
do.
Yeah, exactly. You know, that's normal. It's par for the course, right?
No, we should have
Yeah.
a lot more than we say is good, I think.
What does that say about? Does that say more about us or about what we watch?
I think it's about us.
Oh, shit.
It's because we've seen
little
so
bit
many
both.
things, right? So at this age, just like it's just not good. Like if I was brand new into anime, I'd be like, man, all these 20 shows I'm watching, they're all good.
Yeah, like Taka OP. It's a god tier show.
I
It
would have
was
been
like
like,
my first show.
dude, it's such a good show. But since I've seen so many, I'm like, nah.
So, since we're on it, since we're starting to talk
Oh, we're
about
starting with
it,
this one. Okay.
we'll start with that one. So, Taka
Yep.
OP is, a very beautiful show.
It looks amazing.
Well, yeah, you would hope so, right?
Waifus. Plenty of waifus.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you think, right? Like you would think in your head the idea of Mappa and Madhouse coming together would be this perfect synergy.
It is.
It's not.
No, it is.
Visually.
It is.
Visually, it is.
yeah.
Visually, it is.
Visually, it definitely is.
I'm going to say Map and Madhouse probably didn't write it, though.
Yeah.
And I don't know who did, but it's
They
probably...
outsourced it, okay?
I'd say it's
Original.
almost like a gotcha game writer.
I mean, probably
It feels like it was almost like a promotional show.
for a gotcha game.
The guy who
Or
made
gacha
it.
game.
The guy who made it is an author and video game developer of gacha games. I'm not kidding you. I just pulled up his information.
There you go. See, that
Wow.
explains it all. And I mean, it's not like I wasn't surprised. I was just hoping that wouldn't be the case.
Yeah. Well, I know you saw that it was multimedia.
Yeah, it said like mixed media or
Yeah.
whatever, and I'm just like, oh, this is a fucking gotcha game. This is whatever that
Totally
is. Right?
is.
Did anyone
Totally
finish
is.
this?
No,
I did.
Oh, you
I
did?
did, yeah.
Okay.
How does it end? Please tell our
It
viewers.
doesn't.
It doesn't.
It
end.
doesn't end.
Of course-
The ending is so like abrupt. Not abrupt. It's just so lackluster.
Did they solve
not good.
anything?
Yes.
Not really. No.
Where,
No,
where
not
I
really.
dropped it is where they introduced the one bad guy, I guess.
Which one?
It was like a general.
It's the asshole dude. The one
the-
who
the-
tried to.
They were in a train or
Yeah.
whatever.
Okay, the train one. Yeah.
That
okay.
asshole.
Yep.
But he gets thrown away pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Whoa.
The main bad guy is just like it's so confusing of what they want of just like now we're going to work it's one of those things of I'm going to become the bad guy to destroy the bad guy. That's what happens at the end for the bad guy. Well, the
I
bad
don't-
guy okay, so the bad guy is sort of a good guy. He's like the head of the whole organization. And his reasoning is I'm going to become the bad people, like the monsters, to destroy the monsters.
Mm-hmm.
Big brain. I don't know, dude.
big brain.
I
Yeah.
checked out mentally out of the show when they're like, hey, if you play music, monsters are gonna come. And the main character like, yeah, let me play the piano right here.
So you mean like on the second episode?
Yeah.
See,
I
so
checked out mentally.
so-
like, wow, this is fucking dumb.
I also finished it, but
Yeah.
I did my usual speed run of when I started getting bored of a shit show, where it's just like, I fast forward and I'm like, okay, best characters on screen, fast forward, fight scene, fast forward.
I'm like, well, they might as
Yeah.
well important. I might rewind a little bit.
Yeah.
No.
No,
Nope.
so when you hit forward, it's like 5 to 10 seconds. So it's like you get a quick
Oh.
glimpse of like one line of dialogue, and you're like, and nothing important there, nothing important there.
That's how I watched the episode of this newer season. It was like a 50-minute episode. I'm like, all right, let's go.
What show?
15 minutes.
It was like Tokyo something.
Okay, yeah, I don't
24
care.
district. That's how I watched it.
That's
It's like,
future
skip,
problems.
skip, skip, skip,
Yeah.
skip.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Talk is
I-
just not fun.
No,
it's like the character, like the two main characters are like the same, which is kind of boring.
Yeah.
Like, they're both monotone, like socially awkward. Not even awkward. It's socially not there.
Mhm.
Not realizing what they're doing affects
Yeah.
their surroundings. So it's just kind of like, okay, we have both these lackadaisical people that do what they want, and the one straight person that's just
Mhm.
like the straight man.
Mhm.
So it's just a messy show. It's a 12-episode show trying to be cool.
Yeah.
And it looks cool. The plot's
It
not
did?
there.
No.
No, I think it's like visually a 10 out of 10. Writing, 2 out of 10.
I think when the show started too, like that first episode, I'm like, yep, this is a gotcha game premise.
Yeah.
I don't know what
It
the
really
gameplay.
is.
I don't know
As
what
soon
the
as you
game.
said that,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know what the gameplay is like. I don't know what it is, but I see the potential just from the intro. I see the gotcha mechanic.
Yeah.
I see the and watching the show made me realize I've played way too many of these
Uh-huh.
games.
Well,
Shameful.
I will tell you, the last episode is the best because, like, while they're doing the big battle, they're like, "Here's more characters."
Oh, it's the preview.
yeah.
yeah.
You want to see all the waifus you can potentially pull
I don't
for
know,
in
man.
this game.
I only saw 3. I'm like, these are not even top tier waifus. Like, why would I want to pull for these?
Yeah, but at the end they show you like 7 that don't do anything in
they-
the show.
They just show off their new little equipment and their fighting styles. And I'm like, ooh, cool.
Yep.
Who are these characters?
It's like the
Why are they
showcase.
all girls?
It's like, you know, when you go to Amsterdam and you go to like that special place and there's the windows with the stuff.
Oh, the
it's the
special place.
it's the same it's the same basic principle.
Oh my god.
Some would say that is in gotcha.
I mean,
Okay.
it's
No,
technically
no.
not.
It is
but-
gotcha because you go up to
Jeez.
the window. You want to buy their
Their
services.
services, yeah.
But maybe they're already servicing somebody else, so you lost the gotcha, and you got to go get somebody. new.
I see.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
semi gotcha.
The SSR already got taken by the dude over
I
there.
mean, so the mechanic may not be exactly be the same, but the
Oh.
purpose is the same.
It's about principle. Jesus.
I don't know how to move on to the next one.
Yeah, that's when you move into a Toshoko Tensei.
Dude,
I was
Sure.
going to go to. Yeah, sure. We'll go with
We'll go with
Tensei.
that.
we'll
go
go
with
with
that.
that one. I mean, we've talked about that one, like, you know, to a certain respect in other videos. I mean, it's just great.
Yeah.
It's great.
I mean,
Yeah.
sure. I mean, the first season wasn't this season, and the first season's probably the roughest one to get to. You know, it has that great filter. But after that, yeah, it's fucking great.
Great filter.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good way to put it.
It's the great filter. It's like the moment you can get over that like it's kind of a big caveat, but
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
certain
it's quite a big one.
It's
Yeah.
not for the faint of heart.
yeah, that certain personality
that in the
flaw that the
title
main
again.
character has. After that,
Yeah.
golden.
Yeah, so if you're a seasoned watcher, you're fine.
It's like
You're fine.
what
He's a
what
watcher.
well what show am I thinking of?
Something
Uh-uh.
Goblin Slayer.
No. I mean, Goblin Slayer does have one like that. I mean, it does have
Yeah, but
what,
it's like
what they call the
episode,
normie filter,
yeah.
right? No. But the one I'm thinking of. You ever watch Sisters All You Need?
Yes,
Oh,
I like
okay,
that
okay,
show.
Okay.
That's
okay,
another one
yeah.
that starts kind of like that as well.
That show's so great.
I haven't seen
You
it.
never seen it? It's
No.
about a writer.
Oh,
yeah,
I think
yeah.
I read or saw the cover, and I was like, it looks
Uh-huh.
like a fun show.
It was really good.
I'll
But
watch
It's an
it.
interesting show. Let's say it that way.
It is. It's a very interesting
It's
show.
up my alley. Perfect.
But
One of the characters is Eddie in anime.
like
okay.
but it also has one of those openings that you're just kind of like, oh, okay.
Yep.
This is all you need. Crazy show, crazy opening.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's the same.
17.
Yeah, exactly. But that's the thing. It's what I feel about Mushoku Tensei. It's like it's a little bit hard to get through at the beginning. But once you can pass that little bump,
It's like watching Food Wars. Once you get used to the first episode, you're like,
Okay,
oh,
yeah,
nah,
yeah,
I'm good.
yeah.
I'm good.
yeah.
That's a good comparison. Food Wars is a better comparison, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what show also this season has like that ecchi vibe that I didn't expect was that horror one.
Oh, the
Yeah.
Mirko-chan.
Mirko-chan.
Chan.
It had that because I remember watching the first episode. I'm like, how is this a horror about a girl who acts like she doesn't see ghosts? And I'm like, oh, that's a good concept.
But it's like weirdly
then-
edgy.
And then her like best friend is like, she's got a rack.
Big titty girl.
Yeah, and you're like, what is this show? It's like the ghosts are doing all shit. And I'm like, there's definitely a filter on this one too.
So like perverted ghosts.
Yeah.
Kinda.
You know what that show is? You ever
What?
see the meme where like the caption is like, "Yo man, why does anime have some weird camera angles?" And the guy's
Oh
like, I
god,
don't,
yeah, this one.
and then it's like, I don't know what you mean, and they start showing up the fucking crazy angles, like the upskirt or
Those
like
are
all the
normal
other
angles.
things.
What are you talking about?
I don't know, do that upskirt.
That's
how you
is
normally
always
see people.
top tier.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. That's I mean, sure.
Yeah.
But this show
Jeez.
definitely had that. You were just like, that's weird. But it's I'm a seasoned anime watcher. You just grab your cup and you're like, yes.
You smell it.
You're
You're
like,
like,
Smells like panty. Wait, what?
Oh
God.
god.
Jeez.
But I mean, it's a comedy, right? It's basically what it's supposed to be, like
it's
a
supposed to be a
horror
comedy,
comedy
yeah.
or something like that.
It's basically just comedy.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
there's moments where you're not scared, but you can feel her scaredness.
Mhm.
And I said she just goes around and just tries to act like they don't see him and tries to survive.
I don't think I've ever seen
Yeah.
a horror anime that was truly like horror. It was kind of like just gory.
I just don't think you can, but that's like I think that's a whole nother topic.
I mean, it's a whole.
Yeah.
I don't think your brain can cross that uncanny valley
Yeah,
while it's animated.
yeah.
He's fake as fuck.
It's just hard to.
Well, it's like seeing the meme of what's it, the ring girl coming out of the TV, and you
Yeah,
see all the
yeah.
dojins for it. And you're like, yeah, it's not scary when it's animated form, is it? But
It's not quite there. That's to
Yeah.
say it. It's because your brain can like disconnect itself from that reality
What's
so much
actually
easier.
happening.
mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it is animated. But like you could have disturbing images. I mean, you could read, I don't know, like Junji Ito's work and still feel extremely disturbed and uncomfy just because the imagery is just so out there. And I feel like the show kind of does that a little bit with some of its spirit designs and stuff like that. It because the artistic design of them is so different from the rest of what the show is.
yeah,
Like it's like they're leaning towards the kind of like the Ito-esque,
yeah.
like
They're-
creepy
they're
shit.
creepy. They're also like darker, sketchy.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
You're like, oh, this is scary
They're
looking.
disturbing characters.
Yeah,
Yes, exactly.
yeah. And I think what it does good for its show. I think it's a recommend, but so you just got to get past the
The very
the ecchi that
the
does
very
not
shots.
expect it.
Yeah, the very anime-ness of it.
I said if you just like to
Yeah.
take a sip of your water and you think it smells like panties, you'll love this show.
Oh my god.
That's the only reason I couldn't watch this show. I was like, I just kept on getting too distracted about like the shots. I'm like, why do I want a horror show. I want a horror comedy show, not seeing this constantly.
I would
Doing it
almost-
too much.
Put this like if I had you know how you normally rate like horror like in order, it's like comedy, ecchi, horror.
Yeah, that's how I feel about this.
Mhm.
Yeah, where the horror is like the secondary part, but which is fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
The horror
I would've,
aspect-
Like I said, I'd have liked it a lot more if it wasn't so etchy. I would have
Yeah.
watched it. The etchy just got me out of it so much.
I think that ecchi was like filler, basically. It's like we need 23
Yeah.
minutes, but we can do 20 minutes of this story, and we'll do 3 minutes of etchiness for you guys.
Yep, that's how I feel too.
It's not a bad show.
What other show were you gonna bring up?
Speaking of etchy, world's finest assassin gets reincarnated.
Oh,
Fantastic show. 10 out of 10.
oh my gosh.
I haven't seen it.
Oh my lord.
Oh
of
my
all
gosh,
shows.
I love it, man. It's
This is the
it's
one.
one of those dumb shows.
This is the
It
one.
is.
What?
It's one of, it's
But
one of
you
those
should
dumb
have been
shows.
watching.
No.
It's so good.
Is it good?
It's just so good, so bad.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's like liking
Amazing.
to watch a dumpster fire, you know? This is
Not
this
even
is this is
dumpster
Bob's
fire.
like
It's
this
It's
not
is
not even dumpster fire.
This
Dumpster
is
fires are fun to watch at times. Okay.
It's not like Rent a Girlfriend. That's dumpster fire. Or
Yeah.
like
that one is pretty bad.
Or
Girlfriend,
like
girlfriend.
That's
Yeah.
that dumpster fire.
everyone. This is our opinions. So fuck you guys.
Jeez. Didn't
Bye.
remember that.
Well, you
I
know,
don't
we're
know.
gonna get a comment. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I said, I think I mentioned this like the last time we talked about this, right?
Yeah.
This is like one of the first source materials things like I've read, and I can feel my brain cells just screaming for help
Oh,
because it's
yeah.
just so horribly written.
It's perfect.
The animation is great.
It probably
It's
is.
it's such a wonderful show. It's just if you like these shows that overpower protagonists and they know it and they're having fun with it, just watch it.
I feel like stuff like
It's
that
just
though.
fun.
Yeah, it's
If-
just a
if
fun
you need-
watch.
It's good junk food.
Yeah.
Uh huh.
It's like so.
And then there might be some incest in it, but who knows? Well, I just don't want to mention that, but there might
That-
be.
It's anime.
bad.
Everyone's
He
related.
does want to marry his cousin.
In
so-
real life, everyone's
He doesn't
related.
know she's her cousin.
No, he
they're
knows.
related at all.
He knows by the
not,
end
not for
of
a
it.
while. Yeah, I was
But-
like by the end.
but he
after
finds
they,
out at the
like,
end.
Share,
Yeah, he's
after they
like,
kiss and
Yeah,
share
yeah.
a bath with each other and all
oh
that
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. And then his dad is like, yo, she's your cousin. He's like, cool.
Oh,
So this is Star Wars now.
yeah.
yeah.
Just a
Like
little.
I said, they do more.
better.
It seems like they do
That's
more than
like,
kiss,
you know,
but yeah, sure.
Say, you know,
It's-
sister's
it's
probably
implied.
worse.
It's implied.
It's heavily implied. It's very implied.
Come on, if you're religious, we're all
I just
related.
remembered. God, I just remembered the Musk scene.
Musk.
Where they all share the same bed, and
no.
they wake up and there's a funny smell.
Oh, that's why they're like, why is this sticky stuff? And he's like, oh shit. Oh yeah, I remember.
You know what, Shreem? Oh my
yeah.
god.
Yeah.
I totally forgot about that.
And then they're like,
scene.
oh,
Oh,
if you ever
boy.
need it taken care of, you can just tell me. I was like, what?
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 No, you could tell me. And then they tell like
They're
the mom
finding it-
comes like an episode later. The mom comes into his room, and he's like, "Can I help you?" She's like, "You know, if you need any help with anything, you can always ask me." I'm just like,
what the?
Yeah. It was like,
"What?"
I mean,
you're a
I mean-
grown man now or whatever. I just wanted to see it. I was like, what?
I mean,
Yeah.
I
was
mean,
like-
we know who this is written by, right? So at the same time, you know, like,
The best show of last season. We
yeah,
know Healer.
I don't think it was last season. Was it last season? Like
It
two
was
seasons
last.
ago.
No, it was last season.
That was really last season. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure that was like 2 seasons ago.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Don't matter. It was
Times
last year.
Anyway, speaking
I'm now
about.
doing this.
Oh,
oh
go
my
ahead. Go ahead.
God. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the author's like profile picture. It's a freaking fox head. It's like one of those
Oh
realistic
my
3
God.
fox.
huh.
Oh
Yep.
no!
Oh my goodness. You know what? The sad thing is, I think I have the same exact one.
Oof.
Take that as you will. Look.
You ever watch the
I'm-
interview with him?
Oh god.
Is that an
I
interview with
haven't.
him?
No.
Oh,
I try not to watch
But-
interviews.
Joey has an interview with him.
Oh.
Oh,
I had to read it,
gosh.
so I
Oh,
couldn't watch
that's
it.
what he. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he
Uh-huh.
did have an interview with him. I remember seeing it. I'm like, nah.
This guy has.
good?
This guy's has
fun.
made some interesting things. Let's say like that.
He's got an audience,
Got some
man.
taste.
He's got a
got some
niche.
taste. Yeah. He's
You
got
know, he
some
just-
tastes.
He scratches someone's itches.
Gross.
I can
Speaking
see
about
that.
scratching itches, there's an artist that you like. I watched 2 shows. I think he did both of the art
Oh.
for. There's the Monday. There's
Oh, Tawawa on Monday.
Tawa on Monday. So I finally watched that
Yeah.
between the episodes. It's a weirdly wholesome show about there's like 3 girls and 3 guys, and they have different like there are like 5-minute episodes of story arcs between them, and they're just girls with big boobs.
The artist has a preference.
Oh.
And it's pretty wholesome though.
It is. I mean, like I
Boy,
said,
is it
I've been
weirdly
watching his
edgy.
like I've been watching his
super
web
edgy.
comics for
Yeah.
a bit.
And some of the stories are a little weird or wrong to
Mhm.
say because they're like kind of high school-ish era, and the guys are a little older, but
Oh God.
And then the other one I was watching was the Ganabari Dochi special. The what was it about? Office
I'm
workers?
noticing
Oh,
a
yeah.
theme of all these shows I'm looking at right now.
Yeah, we're kind of just all on the etchy right now, so I was like, I can
Yeah,
keep going.
I'm noticing a little theme with the art style,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
proportions,
And I think it's the same artist,
runtime.
right? That who did that one?
About like the workers with the
really.
big boobs.
So yeah, so it's 3 workers. They're all like different like rankings, and they're all different ages too, like in
Yeah.
the company. And the one that's like kind of similar ages is like the main character, and you see her trying to like get with the main guy. But they have a younger version that's trying to get with him, and an older version that's trying to get with him. And
Jeez.
it's just like a romance.
They're
It's
just
pretty
they're
wholesome.
rom-coms.
Yeah,
It's just
5-minute
yeah.
episodes. I think it's pretty good. I watched them like, yeah, this is a good 9.
I forgot what else
I
I
like some of
watched.
those shorter ones. Some of those shorter
Yeah.
ones are fun. I just didn't watch those ones.
You know what wasn't etchy?
What's
What?
The Paladin show.
Nope, no, it was not.
No, Paladin does not need any etchy. Paladin is pure. It's the pure show.
It's
It is.
unadulterated, except for the
It's a
one the
pure
one
show.
like second episode.
Which one?
Yeah, I'm
it
trying to
was like
remember.
it was like him and his mom.
Oh yeah.
and
Oh,
he was
no,
going through
okay, yeah.
puberty or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, with the
Another
ghost lady.
musk.
The ghost lady. Yeah,
Another
yeah.
musk smell. Another
Yeah.
smell.
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Joyous.
It's so weird. It's so I don't.
I'm sitting
understand.
here like I was trying to figure out how we could get out of this edgy area that we're in.
I was
Sorry.
trying, and then I remember like, oh wait, no, something
wait,
happened in
As
the
soon as you
show.
said that, I was like, oh yeah, there's another musk smell scene in that.
I'm like, I can steer the ship. We're like, I can stay in this edgy. Let's get out of it now.
Well, it's funny because the rest of the show has nothing like this. I mean, it's not like, there's
know.
any romance stuff. It doesn't even, I feel like, follow a lot of the, the conventions of the standard isekai genre. Like, it feels different.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It just looks like a D&D story.
Yes.
That's all it is.
just a fantasy
Just a
story.
fantasy
it's just-
story.
Which sounds
Basic
nice,
fantasy story.
It's
It was
almost like
okay.
a fresh breath of fresh air that it's not a guy reincarnated and some crazy shit.
He like
I mean, he
He's
is. It's
OP
just not.
he's
Oh.
reincarnated. He mentions
never
it,
mind.
but it's not like the main
Okay.
plot
Well,
device.
It's just
I
the
he's not
guess.
like super OP just to be super OP.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
Let's see, that's not bad though.
He gets the
Yeah.
shit kicked out of him and stuff.
Good.
He
He
comes back.
deserves it.
But
He
then
got
he prays
And,
to
he,
this
and,
ultimate like powered god.
Yeah.
yeah.
Goddess.
And the reason why he's actually like pretty powerful, the reason he makes sense. He gets
Yeah.
trained by like the 3 strongest heroes that the nations have ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
So, and each in different styles.
Yeah.
So it makes sense. It's a good standard like almost fantasy anime.
Mhm. Yep.
Show was okay. I didn't like the main character. It was like too self-righteous for me. But like that's who he is. That's what his character is. So I'm
Yeah.
like, it's fine.
He's a stereotypical paladin. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good
It's-
change from just like I said, the freaking world's finest assassins and stuff like that. Where they're all a little too like meta. You know what I'm saying?
He's
Yeah,
your
yeah.
Captain
Just-
America. I don't know the
Yeah,
the
I
last
hate that.
episode where like he saves the the countryside. He saves all these people, kills the demon lord, and then he's like, "What? I'm the ruler of these people now? No way." I'm like, "Wow."
Yeah, not happening. Like I said, it's a good like standard
It's like
fantasy show.
wholesome.
Oh,
It's
okay.
wholesome.
Yeah,
I wouldn't go too far to say it's wholesome. It's just kind of it's just
It
a good show.
feel good show.
well, I
guess.
feel like because
Yeah, I
I
like
feel like it's very like it's like monomyth, the monomyth esque. It's
Yeah.
just like you're just watching a hero's journey.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not bad though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A
The-
hero goes in, he struggles, he triumphs. I mean, it's just the
Yeah,
you know,
it's just a good standard story.
yeah. So it's not too bad.
Yeah. I heard
Yeah.
a really good show also from last season was Platinum End.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Speaking
boy.
of standard writing and hero's
Oh
journey.
boy.
Oh, I remember we talked about this.
Like we
one.
said on the original,
Ugh.
it's the new Mirai Nikki.
Yep.
This new Mirai Kiki.
Except
The Edge.
I would say it's like it's worse.
What are you talking about? It's got a good rating here. 6.4.
Yeah.
I don't
And
know.
we have another
man.
12 episodes left.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Well,
It's a
10,
24 one.
10 now.
10 now.
10
10
now.
now, I guess.
10
yeah.
too many.
I don't know where they're taking the story now.
It's so edgy,
'Cause
man.
They,
I
they,
love
they,
it.
they killed the main antagonist, but now they
There'll be a new
revealed
one
that.
now.
The big
No,
one.
they revealed that he was actually being controlled by someone else. I was like, wow.
The true antagonist.
Of course.
The puppet master behind the strings.
Yeah, it's pretty dumb.
Sounds
was
like a
me
great
all
show.
along.
I'm like, wow. We go from this guy that was obsessed with his sister to
Oh, God.
a sixth grader.
Oh, my God.
Yes.
That was the mastermind
no
the
way.
whole time.
Why is it always like a kid?
I
Why
don't-
is it always like the crazy evil mastermind, like in anime? It's
Because
always
kids
like,
are crazy
it's like
and
a kid.
evil.
kids are crazy.
or the other one too is like you have those I don't know. Sometimes it's like the sci-fi or fantasy ones where you'll always have the villain that's like some like crazy super powerful elder being, but that's like a kid.
Yeah. I don't know.
It happens a
Yeah.
lot.
The show is just like edgy for the sake of being edgy.
Yeah.
Again, it's mid 2000s edgy. That's
Yeah.
what the
Uh-huh.
show is.
They're trying to bring
It
it
feels
back.
like the Death Note writers like wrote this back in the mid 2000s. They're like, oh, let's just do this one again. This is a fun concept.
They probably
this is
did.
the
We
I
can see
don't
that.
know when the manga released, but it might
Probably
even be
around
from
that
yeah.
time period. Fuck, man.
Or when did this release? I'm just curious.
Because
Like a
I mean
beer
that's
crash again.
and that's the
Yep.
thing, right? I think we mentioned this last time. I mean, it just feels from that era.
Yeah.
I'm watching Dead
It
Man
really
Wonderland.
does.
I'm watching Akame ga Kill. I'm watching, all these like I'm
But
gonna
the
be
main character is less likable.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This guy, I'm
all
like,
those-
every time I watch him, I'm like, bro, stop.
He's so unlikable. It's so.
He's so
Pathetic.
whiny. So whiny.
This released in 2015,
Okay.
The manga.
and it
Manga.
ended 2021.
Oh wow, so it just ended.
It just ended. Wow.
It just ended. Yeah.
Disgusting.
Wow. The art
You know,
looks good on it though. I'm looking at the manga.
Well, I
Uh,
mean
the
the
anime looks pretty good.
I was about to say the art for Death Note was good in general too.
it's the same
Yeah.
mangaka.
That's what I'm saying. I can see it being good. It's
Mhm.
just
The opening's pretty good. But
you
that's
know
it.
who the opening's by.
I don't. But I bop to it every week. I'm like, yeah.
It's pretty good. Yeah, the opening was pretty good. I like it.
You're like this is the highlight of the show.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
go.
let's go.
It
I
is.
never
It
skip it.
honestly is.
Oh, dude, you know what also has a good opening?
What?
Blue Period.
Oh, that was the show
Oh, yeah,
this
Blue
last.
period.
Yeah, that's right.
I always skipped it.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my god, it was a bopper.
I don't remember it.
Yeah.
Because I
Oh,
skip.
Blue
I'm like, I
Period.
want to get to the story.
But
I have that song saved. It's
Mhm.
it's on my anime playlist that I have on my phone.
Nice.
I do think
The bop.
I think this is one of the best shows of that season.
It was.
It's so good because
It's
it's
a very good one.
it's just about art. It's about a delinquent that goes through arts. Well, I guess he's in high school
Mm-hmm.
and he wants to.
He's a delinquent, but he's
Yeah.
also an honor student.
Was he an honor
He
student?
was.
Oh, I
Yeah.
never
Yeah.
remember
He was
that.
smart because that's the reason why they didn't want him to do it because it's like, dude, you have good grades. You can do other
Yeah.
stuff.
I just know he wanted to do it
It's like,
because he couldn't like talk his feelings, and
It's
that
like
was
the
his way to
yeah,
do it.
It's like the traditional. You should go to MIT and not Juilliard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But dude, going to watch his life and all the like that hard shift he does, and seeing all the people in the background do that too, you're like, damn, this is fucking crazy shit. And the art was amazing. Like besides the animation, like the art that they drew for
Mhm.
the show, that he drew as his masterpieces, were just good.
I like how they had like self portraits and
Yeah, yeah.
like nude portraits that they had to
Oh
do,
yeah.
but those were realistic.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought they were gonna do like, oh, I'm gonna do an anime portrait, right?
Same.
But it was like an actual face.
It's like the age old question, right? When an anime character watches TV,
Does he watch real life?
it's anime in real life, right? It's
Well,
the age old question
From the show, they watch real life.
It's real life.
Yeah.
But
where you
It's-
can't tell the difference between the two on the screen because it's all animated.
so I think there's just some great characters. Like obviously you had like all the snobby art people, and you had You get to watch all the distress. I'm just really sad. Best girl, my favorite girl with the 2-colored hair, didn't make
Best
it
girl. Yeah, don't
Best
worry.
girl.
Best girl of that show.
What I say? I don't
You're
know
not-
what I said
in.
last
She
time.
said it was the
The
first
friend?
girl. Yeah.
No.
No. The best girl is the one that graduated.
Yeah.
The
From-
art club president.
Yeah.
I forgot her name. She's
I
best
don't
girl.
remember names. She's
Best girl.
good. She's good. But I love the 2-hair girl. I'm like,
She might have been best girl if we got more screen time of her. But yeah, I can see that.
Dude, her Buddha hand painting was god tier.
Oh my god, that
yeah.
one's so
oh god,
good.
yeah.
The only
It was a good
thing
show.
that made me, I think, well, it was like one of those shows where it made you had anxiety for everyone.
Oh yeah.
But the part with
Yeah.
the guy when they threw all his stuff away, like the trap.
Oh yeah.
cross-dresser.
Yeah, the cross-dresser.
Yeah.
The
Oh
cross-dresser,
my
yeah.
god, the scenes with
That was so
him
sad.
made me just so depressed.
That was
'cause-
so
'cause
sad.
their
He
family.
was on the brink of suicide. It
Yeah,
was
pretty
like,
much.
bro.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, if he
Yeah.
goes, I'm gonna be so
They're
tilted.
like, dude, if he goes right before his final exam,
That's rough.
it was rough.
That's real rough.
But it's a
It was
Fuck
very
her.
realistic, very relatable show.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
I think if you're creative, you can,
Yeah.
attach
if you like
to
art,
this
you'll love
or
this.
yeah. Like I said, I
Especially-
think if you just like to create stuff or just do creative works, I think you can relate to the show a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff.
Speaking of relating to stuff, comedy can't communicate.
Oh, thank God, I was going a different way, but that works.
Call me
If
son.
you can't, because like most of you, like most people, you can't communicate to people. We're bad at socializing. I don't know.
It's also a Netflix.
What's
show.
socializing?
It's what she doesn't
what
do
is the-
at
what is
all.
this thing to speak of? But
I
This show
forgot
is
what
just-
the
Go ahead.
it's
Isn't she
I
like
forgot what the syndrome that he gives her. What was it called again?
Oh, I don't remember the name.
yeah.
so she's like the hottest girl in school, right?
She's the hottest girl in school, but she has no friends.
Smartest.
but she
everything.
has severe social anxiety.
Yes.
Severe, like
Or she made it
Extreme.
that far.
skills from being hot. Because I love all the times it's like, okay, call me son, read, and everyone's like getting out the microphones to try to listen to her. And she stands up and she's like shaking, and the teacher's like, you know what?
Good
That
job.
is a good idea. We should all have silent reading.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
It's just all like,
Or
yeah,
when she tries to order something and it's just
oh
like,
my God.
I know what you want. I feel it from my heart. Years of a barista has taught me what you need in your life. And she just kind of stands there. It's just like, I don't know why I ordered. He just gives it to her. It's like, thank you.
She's like, I don't need that, but okay, and just leaves.
She just takes it.
Yeah. My favorite part's there's a ramen chef
Uh-huh.
that they go
Oh,
to
God,
eat with,
yeah.
and he's also the same where he just doesn't say anything, and the two order, then it looks at her, they just both look at each other, and he nods and just makes her food. They both nod and leave. I'm like,
This is the establishment that I want.
this is my place. This is my home.
I also do like the animation in the show, so
Yeah.
it goes from like showing her really beautiful, and then it just goes out of the top like big beady eyes, and
Well, I mean, that was always the thing, right? Because the manga has such a distinction in style that way. And that's always the thing when you have like a manga like that is so distinctive. You hope that can carry over into animation.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm happy that a lot of that makes it in,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's basically one for one from what I remember reading,
Yeah.
and I'm like, this is pretty good. It's pretty good.
Because that's the only thing
I
you
will
can hope
go
for.
on one tangent here with
Oh,
this
okay,
show. I totally
Ooh.
forgot about this.
He's on to talk shit.
The flippin' subtitles at times.
Oh.
Netflix.
It's Netflix. Netflix has always been
I
so bad.
swear.
With it.
This is one of the few shows where I watched fan subs. And
Oh boy.
it does a little bit better. But man, it's so weird because Netflix will translate something that the fan subs don't. But the fan subs will translate something that Netflix doesn't.
So
Did you have
for-
the moment of like, hey, I know what
I-
they're saying and the subtitles are wrong?
Yeah, like I watch the fan subs because
The fan
what
subs.
Netflix translates, I can okay, I think I know what they're saying about seeing it, but the Netflix one is the way they translate it was just so weird to me.
Yeah, I
I
saw
just
some
totally remembered that.
of the stuff on Reddit where they would show both of the translations, and you're like, oh, it is weird
So
what they
you
were
tell
doing.
me for the complete picture, you put them side by
Yeah.
side.
You separate your two
Well,
eyes so you can read both lines.
I legit did that for like the first, because I was so insane of like, I need to know what the fan subs are saying and what Netflix are saying. And I legit have both Netflix and the fan subs up at the same time. And I was just like, the way that they're translating this and the parts they want to translate are so different.
Is it like
It's
extra,
so weird.
Like simplified on Netflix?
So for like the first episode, in the first
Uh-huh.
episode, there's like a big wall of text that appears behind the main dude
Mm-hmm.
that explains like why he has all his social anxiety of what he's been going through.
Mhm.
But Netflix doesn't have that translated. It's just a bunch of Japanese characters, but the fan subs actually translate it to tell you what is on screen.
So here's a question, right? This is big
Yeah.
brain question in my head, right?
Okay.
So
Okay.
if you were to take like a VR like setup, right? And on one screen you put the Netflix one,
Oh God!
and on the other screen you put the fan subs, and you have them running at the same time.
You throw up.
My brain will break.
do like the subs
So-
overlap
So
in
remember
your brain?
when Belle, when they put the earbuds in while she's running, that's what happens.
Oh God!
Okay.
No,
You
no, we're not doing this again. We're not doing this again.
Well,
All I'm hearing
because
is
it's
that-
the thought, right? Because it's the same image. The only thing that changes is the subs, right?
Yeah.
So does your brain
No,
No.
you gotta
does your brain
remember-
compile them together?
It wouldn't.
you do
No,
it.
like,
One's
because
blue
there
and
would be
one's red.
There'd be subs over subs.
Yeah, it would just be like a
So-
white thing of subs, because you know the subs are probably not in the exact same spot.
So you
So
just
it's
have two
a
sets.
blur.
You have
They
two
are.
sets of the same subs.
No, no.
But
Right?
they say different things though too.
No, but they're gonna be,
So
like,
one eye will be
slightly
saying
off.
one thing, and the right eye will be saying something else.
No.
Then your brain shuts off.
Bigger brain. You one is in the English dub,
Oh.
and then you watch the fan
my
sub on the
God.
right.
Oh my God!
Well, that's different because that's audio, right?
I've done
But,
that.
That's
I,
an
but I-
audio
I think,
cue,
I think
not
the subtitles
not a
of
visual
Netflix
cue.
Yeah,
is CC'd from the English dub.
it normally is.
Oh, okay.
Because no, it's different.
It's different.
Yeah, because I remember watching like Dark or something, and like when I first started, most of the time I have subtitles on,
Uh-huh.
and I remember listening and then reading, and I'm like, those are two different things.
I
they're
know
saying.
what they did with the Squid Game. The English dub was what you were like
yeah.
reading in the
really?
English subtitles.
I guess it matters if they
They
wanted
were
to
so
hire an extra
bad.
translator or not.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All I'm hearing is that
Yeah.
Netflix has shitty like subtitle people.
It's got great shows, but shitty
Yeah.
subtitle people.
they can someone's
Well,
getting
especially
like,
with a
way
show that-
overpaid.
Well, especially with a show that's like the character speaks through letters
Mhm.
Yeah.
and writing. It's
Yeah.
just a little rough on those edges at times.
Where it needs
We
to be
just-
translated.
We just gotta learn Japanese, man.
I know.
We just
And that's the weird. That's like the weird thing is I'm able to catch up on some of those things. So when the
Yeah. We've listened to enough, you pick up words. You're like,
Yeah.
"Hmm."
Sentences. You're like, wait,
Yeah.
that's not what they're saying.
Anyway, but I really like Komi-san's a good show.
Uh-huh.
We have bookmarks in the store. You can buy them right now. Link in the description below.
I mean, for you who can't see us, right? Obviously, until later. Between you disappearing, you came
Yep.
back with an iPad and a Komi-san bookmark coming out of it.
So,
That's just sitting here on the
she's
table
hugging
now.
The book, and she can look at you while you read the manga.
well, I suffer.
Magic.
And I don't know what freaking computer works.
Speaking of Netflix
They also-
shows, the other
also,
Netflix show.
guys, Komi-san, finally, I understand why people like MILFs now after watching
Oh.
Komi-san too.
Wait, which-
Komi-san's mother.
I've
So
never
she
been
looks
like
like her?
a MILF person, but as soon as I saw
But
that,
MILF
I was like,
version.
but MILF version. Oh.
oh,
You're just
I
like-
get it now.
I understand.
I get it. I understand now. I finally understand what they're talking about.
Are you gonna do her mom's?
I finally get it.
I would do her mom.
Book.
Oh yeah, I'll do a
Book,
bookmark of her probably at some point.
Jeez.
sorry.
What are you
gonna
I haven't finished my sentence.
what was the sentence?
The bookmarks.
Oh, that's what you're gonna talk about? No, I thought you were gonna lead into something else.
Oh yeah, let's talk about Shaman King because another Netflix show.
Oh, I forgot
Oh,
that was a
yeah,
Netflix
that's
show
right.
too. Yeah.
It's really good.
What episode are you on now?
Fuck.
Oh, that's an interesting number.
40 something.
Damn.
Yeah.
How many is it gonna be?
52.
52
I'll say
somewhere.
it's almost done.
It's almost done.
It's
What are you
getting
gonna
there.
do when you're done with your 50 episodes?
I'm gonna cry.
Perfect.
How long's the original run of Shaman King?
Not 52. No, it's about the same, but I think
Is
it
it?
finishes differently.
I think
Oh.
so.
Yeah. Because the manga wasn't done yet.
Yo, no, I
Back
knew
then.
that.
it's
Yeah,
just-
yeah, yeah.
oh, is
I
that
knew
why
there
they
was
redid it,
differences. I just
basically?
mean I wondered if the runtime was the same or if it was longer.
About.
Hmm.
There's some filler.
Obviously, that's why.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what.
yeah.
That's what I figured. I mean, any shonen
Yeah.
from that time period is gonna have filler of some point.
Bleach.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've been watching and I'm like, wow, there's so many. After a certain point, it's like it just changes. We're like, wow, we're just missing all of this substance.
Uh huh.
Wow, the original is just empty.
Damn.
Oh.
Speaking of
I
Shaman
haven't seen the
King,
original Shaman King for like years. I think I saw like 2 episodes of it on YouTube.
I
Back
still
in
love
those
the
days.
openings are so good.
Are they?
They-
The old ones or both?
The old ones are bangers.
I feel like
They're
all the
so
old.
good.
Wait, is it 90s or?
Probably
2000s.
Early 2000s.
I feel like all the like
Like
Yeah,
good
I- I
shows
think it's-
2004 or something like that.
had banger music. What were you gonna say?
Wait. Did he die again?
I'm here. Sorry. What?
Oh.
No, for a second we're just like,
I was like, I don't
he
hear
just-
he
No.
died.
he just Houdini'd
the
again.
first-
Boom.
No, the first Shaman King released in 2001 had 64 episodes. That's what I was
Ah.
looking up.
Early 2000s.
So this one's gonna be 54 with more stuff in it. So you had that much filler in the last one, basically.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, it's like if you look at the difference between the original run of Full Metal Alchemist and you see Brotherhood.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
makes sense. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
I think the original Shaman King or the one in early 2000s had more fights.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Same.
But this one has more sustenance.
It's all about the fights. I want to see him power up for at least 3 episodes.
This guy's
before
don't
I
power
die.
up for
Come
3
on.
episodes.
What is this, Dragon Ball?
Yeah.
So we need the 5-minute 10 episode fight scene.
My favorites, you know, like when they do the power up and they're screaming and they cut the commercial and they cut back and he's still screaming. I picture within that time period of the commercial, he's still screaming during the commercial.
No. What I envision, right? What I envision
Yeah.
is the commercial starts and he's like, okay, drink some water and stuff. All right, we're up
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
It reminds me of like when you watch a Korean drama and they do a kiss scene. You know, like you can just like they do a kiss and then you can just like pause the frame, right? But no, they make the actors hold the kiss for an extended period of time, and you can tell how uncomfortable they are.
That's funny.
And I'm like, why would they do this where they can just freeze the frame on like post?
Realism,
Right.
I guess. That is the answer.
What else came out?
I do
Shaman
want,
King, right?
uh,
Shaman King.
yeah, the Shaman King.
Good.
It's really good.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. He's really good.
Yeah.
Really good.
Okay.
I started
was like,
it.
Should I watch it? I was like, should I try starting it?
Oh, there's a backstory I didn't know, like almost like in the middle, and it's very wholesome. Well, not
Okay.
yeah, no, it's wholesome, and he's in the field like, bro, I understand now. I understand all these characters now.
You know what,
Like,
guys?
As someone that
Oh, go ahead.
as someone who didn't really watch like the first series, I'm just trying to think if I should get into it or not,
Don't.
or if it's worth it.
I mean, it's just a good
It's good
series.
show.
It was a good
I'm gonna
series.
rewatch it in Spanish.
The
On
old one or the
Netflix.
new one?
The new
oh.
Because it has the
Okay, I
original
was like-
Spanish dub cast.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
So I'm gonna
Oh,
rewatch
that's fun.
it when it's done.
Okay, I can see that. can
I
see
mean,
that.
that's the crazy thing when you think about it. It's like there's a lot of those old shonens that I remember seeing them in Spanish and stuff like that. And that's kind of what it was.
Yeah.
Like fucking the Dragon Ball Z voice cast in Spanish.
God tier.
is
Yeah.
God tier.
God tier.
God
I've seen
tier.
clips of those.
Yeah.
I almost prefer it
Amazing.
over the Japanese.
Well, I mean, that's not a
Damn,
hard thing
that's
to do. I
spicy take,
prefer the
right?
English one over the Japanese
Jeez.
one for Dragon Ball.
Damn,
Gross.
that's
The
a
English one
real
is
spicy.
gross,
That's not
dude.
even a spicy
It's
take.
gross, dude.
Yeah.
That's not even a spicy take.
I can't wait for all the hate comments.
Speaking of hate comments,
Who likes Goku's original voice in freaking Dragon Ball?
Nobody. But I don't think I like the English more than the Japanese.
I don't know. I mean, the Spanish one's just like the one in my head that I already have.
Okay, so about the show that we're going to be talking about this season, you know what's a pretty good one? The Ranking of Kings.
Oh, yeah, you started
Hey.
that.
I finally started.
Start that.
Yes, I'm on episode 7, so I didn't really fully
It's
catch
a
up.
good show.
It's like a 9.
It's like on 14 now, right? Episode 14.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so it's
he's half
23
of that,
episodes.
half.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not
Yeah.
So
What
I'm-
studio?
yeah, it's pretty like the animation's interesting because
Yeah.
it's not like
Or
standard.
anime.
And I don't know, the story's good. It's about a king, or I guess it's about a prince who's going to become king, but he's like a young boy. He's
Yeah.
mute and
He's a baby.
deaf, right?
Uh-huh.
Can't talk, he can't hear.
Yeah.
Mute and
He's
deaf.
deaf. Yeah.
Yeah. And so he's basically,
He's double handicapped, bro.
yeah. And then he has a brother who's like, I guess he's a stepbrother
Uh-huh.
who's
Yeah.
more handsome,
Yeah.
better fighter. Like, he's more king-like.
Uh-huh.
And they're basically trying to push the kid out so he can become king in the future. But you learn all the stuff that this kid does is just he's powerful as shit.
Yeah.
And he
Well,
just
it-
try to hide it basically.
Well,
So
it's
he
also
doesn't
just
want to be
kinda like-
king.
He does.
Oh.
It's like the build up of like
Uh-huh.
all the stuff that happens in the background too. It's not
Yeah.
just focused on one character. It's a
Mm-mm.
drama
Okay.
show.
Okay.
It's much. We follow the behind the scenes of the mother, the stepmother, or
Mhm.
mostly the stepmother,
stepmother,
the,
yeah.
the
Okay.
stepbrother, the brother, and like
Yeah.
other kings and other stuff and other
'Cause-
characters.
Like I think it's like episode 2. This is the part that I remember is so they're doing like a duel, the brothers, and
Yeah.
the younger brother, or I guess the mute one, he's winning the duel by like dodging, going
Uh-huh.
in for the slice, dodge, and the other brother is trying to like brute force it, and everyone in the background's like, oh, he's not fighting like a man, he's not
Yeah, yeah.
blocking, not like hard stabbing, and then he does that and he loses the fight. And, the blonde kid's all like, yeah, I beat you. And you're like, no, you got your ass kicked. Get the fuck out of here. You
Yeah.
Get out of here.
shitty ass character. But then you just you meet like a assassin from the Black the Shadow Guild.
Yeah.
And he's just like a slime basically. And
A blob.
it's just an interesting show. I like it. I'd recommend it.
It's a good show. It's like a good It's not a high fantasy show, but it's like a good fantasy show that's not isekai.
Yep.
Nice.
It's very good.
nice.
It's one of those shows I'm like, I'm happy we lost the recording because I can talk about it.
Oh yeah, because you actually
Yeah,
seen
no.
it now. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
So.
Then another show that I've caught up is the Heike story.
Oh, the
you
Heike
actually-
Heike Monogatari.
What did
Heike-
you
Heike
think of
story.
it?
I liked it a lot.
See, I thought it was a good
I-
show. It was just the last episode. I didn't think it was going to be 11. I thought there would be a little bit extra.
What show is this?
The Hike Monogatari.
Heike.
Heike Monogatari.
Heike.
What is
It's by Science Saru.
Yeah, it's a science
Yeah.
horror show. It's basically.
It's basically. Go ahead. You do it.
No, you do it.
No, you do it.
Damn it.
Probably do it better than I would.
It's a show where it's a girl who plays the shamisen, I believe.
Yeah, I think it's a shamisen.
Or no, it's
Something like that.
It's a Japanese instrument,
Uh-huh.
and she can see people's futures through one eye.
What?
So she ends up becoming like this king's
Like Oracle advisor.
kinda, but she doesn't want to use her powers.
Mm-hmm.
So she just kinda goes. You just see all the background stuff of what the king's doing, and she's just kind of there pushing the forward.
This is
story
also
through.
like a Edo, like
Yeah.
Shogun era.
It's like a war show.
Not necessarily Edo.
Yeah.
Those two aren't technically the same.
so
But either way,
Back
it's
then.
it's that time of Japanese history where people have the samurai swords.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I'll say this about the show. I was off put in by like the first few episodes because I didn't know what I was getting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can see that.
And I think that's what people will get to because this is trying to be a quote unquote historical retelling
Yes.
of historical events.
Uh huh.
And I think if you go into that not knowing that, you're going to be a little confused
I mean,
because they're
it-
like they
It
try
also
to apply stuff like
sorry, go.
you know this in your Japanese history class. Come on, you know
Oh, yeah.
this.
Oh.
yeah, and I mean it's also it's a Science Saru show, right? I mean
Yeah.
Science Saru
Yeah.
is one of those studios that's so used to trying to like break conventions in their animation and like the way they structure stories and everything.
Good.
I mean, you can't. I mean, they're the studio that does most of like Masaki Yusa stuff.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
So they're used to just weird, off the wall craziness, and this show it like exhibits a lot of that
Mm-hmm.
while trying to tell like this historical drama,
Yeah.
which is what it is.
So it's kind of
Yeah.
bouncing around between two different things at like the same time, and it's interesting. I think it's a good show. I know the only
liked
reason
it a lot.
why I
Yeah.
started it, because I think it was like it was the first show of the season that aired.
Oh
'Cause I remember Eddie was with
Oh,
me.
yeah.
I'm like, there's a show that aired right now. We might as well just watch it. So I
Uh-huh.
put it on, and he's like, oh, this is interesting.
I'm like, who did this?
Yeah.
And I looked it up, and I'm like, it all makes sense now.
I said the only issue I have it's 11 episode show,
Yeah.
and if you don't know that, the ending kind of feels
Just like abrupt, like it just ends.
because you're used to just 12 episodes,
Uh-huh.
so it does end. Like the ending is an ending,
Yeah.
but then you're
Yeah,
like,
I'll say
oh,
it.
maybe there'll be like episode 12 will be what happens in the future or
Oh,
something like
okay.
that. But it's just
An
like it
epilogue.
ends, and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
Which
So-
is
I
fine.
get that.
Yep, that's it. I think it's a good show.
It sounds like the better version of Total Eclipse, because this fucking show, Total Eclipse, it's also like very political with robots, right? But it also it assumes you played the
Game.
visual novel,
Oh,
so you're like,
okay.
who are these characters? Like, why are they here? Why is this important?
Yeah.
see, I don't like
Speaking
that.
Speaking of Total Eclipse, I mean, a show from that series did air last season as well, but
What show?
Oh
Muv-Luv.
yeah, you're right.
Oh, Mud Love. You
That
ever
was
watch
last
Mud
season.
Love?
No, I didn't start it because it was shit.
what did I
Yeah.
say?
You said Total
Didn't know what it
Eclipse.
was
Sorry,
about.
sorry. Total
I
Eclipse
tried watching it and I was so confused.
was a different version of Muv-Luv.
I know
Yeah,
it's
but
a
yeah,
different.
yeah,
That's
but
why.
yeah,
That's what
yeah,
I'm saying. Yeah,
Yeah, Muv-Luv Alternative.
Yeah.
Last season.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, shit.
yeah. Because that's what I was saying. Because you mentioned Total Eclipse, and I'm like, oh
Sorry.
yeah, like I mean, a
I-
Muv-Luv, so
I'm getting
did
confused, but yeah.
come out.
I meant to say that one. Muv-Luv Alternative.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay. That's what you meant.
Yeah, that's what I
All
meant.
right, all right.
I was expecting, robots fighting against aliens. That didn't happen.
Yeah.
It's a lot of
it wasn't
talking,
that.
a lot of political shit, lots of human versus human fights.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hike's story it's a show that you gotta like watch. You gotta
Yeah, it's good.
because a lot of moving parts are happening, and I didn't. You gotta sit there and actually watch it. You gotta
Mhm.
kind of know
Yeah,
what's
yeah.
going on.
Yeah, you have to think
Yeah.
about it.
Pay attention.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's one of
Yeah,
those shows.
because-
It's a Monogatari show. You have to sit and read,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's not.
Characters are saying, "Oh, this is what happened in this area," and like you gotta realize, "Oh, he said that like a few hours ago."
Mm-hmm.
And there's time jumps and everything like that. It's a very much political and
Yeah.
jumpy show. Like years will pass in like one episode,
Uh huh.
Mhm.
or months
Yeah.
will pass in one episode, and
'Cause I know,
people will
like,
die off
I-
camera, or they'll die just being like, "Oh, he died when he was trying to run away. That sucks."
That's what I had some issues with. Like I always hate when shows do things in between, and then don't fully explain it straight away. You're just like, where are we? Why are we here? But that
Yeah.
just reminds me of Sunny Boy. But,
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, I kinda get- oh yeah. Maybe that's why I like the show so much. It's just like, 'cause I was like, I liked Sunny Boy. So
Fuck that shit.
we'll talk about it later. Don't say anything. There's future spoilers ahead.
Sunny
Anyway.
Boy?
Yeah.
Was that like this
I got,
season?
no, it was last season.
Oh.
I got stuff to talk
That
about
was like 2 seasons ago.
on another thing.
You want to talk about Sunny Boy?
Yeah, we'll talk about
Because
it.
it was
trust
it
me.
was summer season.
Oh yeah.
we'll,
We'll
we'll talk about it later.
We'll talk about it. Trust me.
later. We'll
Anyway.
talk about it. Trust us.
Oh,
Shut up.
oh,
Speaking
oh.
of-
Okay, never mind. We'll
I'll-
continue. But I got it.
Yeah.
I don't got it.
Speaking of sun and space, the
What?
vampire cosmonauts.
Oh my god! I'm like, where is this
That's a
going?
bit of a stretch.
What's funny to me is I remember that being one of the first shows we talked about last
Yes.
time, I believe.
Yeah,
But yeah.
because I think I just finished it, so I was like, I gotta talk about it before I forget about it. It's a great show. It's about a cosmonaut doing the Nosferatu program, aka the vampire program.
It's coming to me now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna send a vampire into space because they don't die.
Yeah.
Well, they do die.
Well,
they
yeah.
just
They're not
more
human.
ri- yeah.
They're not human.
they're
It's so
sub
we can't say that we
subhuman.
sent the first human out there.
Yeah.
and
They're sturdy.
it's like a weird, very political, very emotional roller coaster of watching her and her don't know what to go through all the stuff that they
Trying
have to
become
get to
cosmonauts.
it's a great
So
show.
Russia can win.
Mm-hmm.
The motherland can win.
It's also a weirdly cute
Beat
show
the
too.
Brits and their hamburgers.
It's one of those weird. You're like, why did they choose Russia? Like, why
I
don't we just
always
do
love it
about
when they
like?
have Russia.
I fucking
Russia,
hate
not
when they
Russia.
pronounce Russian names in anime. I'm like, why?
Well, I mean, this is the case of like any name. It's like
Or German.
okay, so the wild one to me,
Germany,
right? 'Cause-
but not Germany.
Mhm.
yeah, the wild one to me is always like
Tanya.
anytime I read like light novel, I'm like, where do you pull these names from?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are these? 'Cause-
RussianDictionary.com.
well, yeah, I mean, because there's a
Russian
mixture of
name
those,
generator.
or it's like you'll get for any fantasy one, you'll get the vaguely European sounding names,
Mhm.
and you're just like, this is not a name. This is not a name in any language. I mean, sure, okay. You can make the argument that it's a fantasy world that gets fantasy names, right?
Yeah.
But it makes no
Right.
goddamn sense. It's just like I want something that sounds foreign, and that's what it is.
I fucking hate when they do like enchantments in German or whatever.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, why?
Well, I mean, I mean, to a certain degree, it makes sense. Well, it's almost like it's like the idea of like the Christian imagery in Evangelion, right? Like for the island nation of Japan, it just looks cool.
It's
It
different.
just sounds cool,
Yeah.
you know, and that's what they're going for. But I just think it's so funny. Like, I mean, it's like whenever you hear English, right? Like you're supposed to hear like an American speaking English or
Mhm.
something, and you're like,
Or someone that's fluent with
Sure.
English or
yeah,
born.
yeah. And you're just like, well, okay, whatever. It's just one of those things that you're just like, oh, whatever's at this point.
Yeah.
But
It's a cute show. It's a cute
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
I'm like, what were we talking
It's a cute
about?
show.
Cosmonauts.
Vampires.
It's very cute.
Vampire
'Cause
cosmonauts.
she's just cute. That's all I can say. Without
They- you know how we were talking about etchy earlier? This thing had some unetchy scenes that made me feel etchy.
Oh.
oh yeah,
What?
they were trying to like think of how to say it. Do you have a better way to say it?
I know. I'm just. It
Yeah.
had some very. So they had some very close-up shots where you're just like, huh, that's kind of detailed in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Like they had her,
okay,
they had her
okay.
eating. Like they had her eating, and I was just kind of like, she's really eating that egg really good.
It's like the sailor uniform show this season.
Oh my, that's I was
just
talking
like-
about.
yeah.
This is
I wanna
like
talk about-
weirdly detailed.
Weirdly
Yeah,
detailed.
Like you let me zoom in on
Yeah.
his lips. Like why?
Yeah, it's like it's just it's like good detail, but you're like, huh, okay.
Interesting. Yeah. Interesting choice.
You really like to animate that. You like to animate that tongue of those teeth with eating that egg.
Well, she's like-
that sounds
It's provocative.
She sucks.
evocative.
She sucks his
provocative.
blood.
It awakens something. I remember going on a tweet rant like months ago about this of just like, this is an interesting close-up shot. I don't know how I feel about this one. I like it.
So I don't know, man. Sometimes I feel like the shots in anime are weird.
Yeah. Like go for me or Coach-chan of like, oh, these close-up provocative shots are too much, and I like watch the Cosmic Vampire. I'm like,
Close-up
this is
shots are
tasteful.
perfect.
This is tasteful.
Tasteful lewd.
Oh my
It's
god.
the tastefulness.
It's called art.
It's called art,
Art.
actually. So
One of my people, men of culture.
You know what other show also some? You know,
what?
steer this boat away. It's was it my annoying senpai.
Oh yeah.
Ah,
You mentioned
yeah.
this show, yeah.
It's one of my favorite shows from the season, or probably the year. Just it's weird enough to say the two main characters, good characters. The background characters make this show.
Thought it was etchy as well.
Not
No, I
really.
don't think it
There
is.
is some parts with like the background characters, but it's more just a wholesome show about watching workers.
All I'm
Kinda fall in
gathering is
love.
this whole season is lewd.
I'm trying to pull the
yeah.
boat away.
All season is lewd.
All
It's
season
the
is
lewdest
lewd.
season.
Next season's not. Damn.
I don't know. What's harem?
It doesn't
I don't
count
know.
when there's
Well,
one
Wolf's
show
Harem
that's
I
just.
don't know
The
about
world's
what's
harem is
Harem
this
too.
season.
Anyway, wholesome show, great background characters. Give it a 10.
Okay, give it a
You know who doesn't
Go
get a
watch
10?
it.
Who?
86 season 2.
Fuck 86.
It's not even done
I
yet.
haven't
It's not
finished
even.
it.
It's still not done yet, right?
I stopped watching it. I'll watch it when it's fully
When
done.
it's completely.
I can't-
Production issues.
It says there are 48 days. 48 days till
Cool
episode
boy.
11.
48 days
48
for episode
Damn.
11?
48 days.
Did they lose
Damn.
like the
I
whole
will- I
episode?
can't. Yeah, I
Oh.
can't. I won't be able to remember what happens.
Their
in-
computers crashed.
series.
Their
Well,
animators
hey,
died.
my
I don't
computer's
know.
my computer's crashed, and I'm able to come back in like a few seconds. So
I
I don't know
don't
why
know.
they're having issues.
I don't know, man. It's Japan. They still use fax machines. Give them some time, you know.
Maybe it was all hand drawn, and then they tried to like. They're like, oh, we need to make it an anime, and they tried to put it on the
I
screen.
highly.
and it's like, it
There's
just doesn't
no.
work.
There's no way this show's all hand drawn.
What if-
Some of those hand drawing animations look very CG like.
Okay. What if it's like the last
Skills.
editor, right? He's like, I'm gonna put all this shit together, and then he accidentally deletes it. And he's like, oh fuck,
Oh my god!
I only had one copy. Ah fuck,
It's gone.
it's gone.
We got to do it all over again.
So then he goes up to his management like, hey man, so I lost the episodes.
I actually hit delete instead
Oh.
of complete.
You know all that work we just did. Well, we got to do it again.
Oh,
You
just
got
like
any
we
more
did this
copies?
episode. But we
Yeah.
only lost an
Isn't that like
hour.
almost happened with like Toy Story or something?
Yeah, but then this lady had like, oh, I have the whole movie in my hard drive. It's cool.
They just needed a Toy Story hero. This could
Yeah.
all have
Fucking
been
A.
avoided.
Could have been avoided.
Toy Story beats.
That just sucks. Because 86 is
68.
A1 too, right?
86.
It's a pretty big studio.
I think so.
The
yeah.
first season was
Yeah,
done by A1.
yeah, it's A1.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
both A1.
Yeah.
It is A1. So
Weird.
that's like the crazy part. It's just like
I mean,
a big
shit
deal,
happens.
Like A1's having. Well, A1 has been having issues lately. I think A1 has been the
They might
hardest hit with the
With the
whole
illness.
pandemic. Yeah,
Yeah.
With what's going on.
They got
They've
down with
been-
the illness.
They got down the illness.
Like I think almost every one of their like productions has kept on getting pushed back because
Oh, wow.
of I
Weird.
swear I remember like there was another show that they had like a few like earlier this year or something that just got pushed back
Probably.
because of
They're
this.
pulling a Morbius. Like, no, another 3 months.
No
Not
more.
next year.
Come out in
Well,
2025.
it's like every movie that was slated for 2020, right?
yeah.
It all
Yeah.
got pushed into
It's like
last
Black
year.
Panther 2.
Well,
Issues
I
after
mean,
issues
yeah,
after
it's just-
issues.
Yeah. I still don't know what that movie's gonna be like. I don't.
I don't know either. We're
I-
going to see what happens
But
in
whatever.
that movie.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
What
Yeah.
else did you watch this season?
I only have.
I
I
don't
have-
remember.
I got 2.
Gretzko.
Oh, God, I totally forgot about that.
Oh yeah, you
We,
didn't
we
like
talked
it.
a little bit about Gretzko last time.
No, he
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
like it.
Oh,
I
Michael
thought this
didn't
was
like
a good
it.
episode. A good season.
I didn't like it either. I didn't like the season.
Oh, see, I like this season. Well, I like the season compared to season 3.
And
Is
I
this-
disagree.
This is
I
season
You
watched
like-
a
4?
YouTube video to help me understand my feelings, and I just like the season even more now.
You're like, yeah, my
Oh.
feelings are right.
See, I thought season 3 was just so, like, filler. It was like, look, she can do screamo for a girl band. That was a boy band. And you're like, cool. And then this season's like, shit went down. And then let's just make it a dream, basically, and just restart.
It was all a dream.
Yeah.
No, they just kind of refresh the slate.
They reset.
Yeah.
They pulled an M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah, pretty much.
We
They're like,
really
here it
did.
is, and pull the carpet, and there we go. We do it again.
Wow.
Here's the thing. Here's what thing you can do. Basically, you can just be like, oh, and like the third episode, skip the rest after the third episode or maybe sixth episode, and be like, oh, some stuff happened. Haida left the company. Goodbye.
Yeah. That's basically
That's
it.
all you have. That's basically it.
Because I'd argue, I think this season had tons of suspense, tons of like shit that was gonna happen, and you know, shit did go down. Shit happened, and then they're like,
No way.
"Let's pull it back." You don't
Yeah.
think so? Because I'm about to say all the stuff with tone, all the stuff with
Yeah, but like again, it's what you said. It all just got pulled back. It just
They were
like,
were afraid to commit.
But the issue is, I think in the future, the whole show is just the show will either end, I think, next season with them getting together,
yeah.
or it's going to be a show that will never end, and that'll be an issue, because
Yeah.
basically what they're doing is spinning their tires. where it's like
Yeah.
we're gonna move forward, spin our tires. Next episode, or next season, spin, move forward a little bit, spin the tires, and you're like, now just either finish it or do like
Yeah,
a
they
different
need to.
character, another
Stop.
side story. Yeah, but
Like I think I was fine with like the first half, but the second half just totally just tanked the damn season for me. It just
I think it's just the
it
last
made
2
it,
episodes.
it made no the last like 5 episodes. After like as soon as they get together, it just something they just didn't know what to do afterwards.
I
don't
guess so.
know.
Yeah. Well, they just
It's
spun
like
their tires.
it's the plankton meme, right?
Yeah.
It's like I didn't think I'd get this far.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
What's
so-
Who didn't think we'll
next?
get together?
Mhm.
It's they just
That's funny.
there's
So I
just
g-
so many things they try to create artificial problems and
Oh,
those
Yeah.
problems could have been solved
joyous.
so easily by the simple
Yeah.
solution of talking to each other in a way.
People don't talk to each other. Who talks?
And,
to
and,
What's
and maybe it's-
communication?
Speaking
Yeah.
of communication, Comey.
Speaking of etchy,
we're just
What?
looping all this
Yeah,
back
but
around.
I
Let's
will
go.
say Gretzko season 4, 10 out of 10.
Speaking
Anyway,
of,
next time I see you, just remember that.
speaking of season 4, World Trigger.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah.
About
Oh, yeah, I
that.
forgot about that.
I forgot
Season
about-
3. It just
It's
ended
season
today. I
3.
need to watch
Yeah,
that damn
I-
episode. Watch that show.
Too many episodes.
That's
Sorry.
all I
I don't
remember
care.
from last time we
It's a good
talked.
show.
You're like, yeah, 3 seasons. They all have about 70 episodes each. I'm like, bro,
No,
what?
no. Only the first season has 70 episodes. The last 2 seasons had 13.
He
The
said when you
five-year
he said you
animation.
could skip the first season though.
Yes.
I wouldn't go that far. No,
That's
I-
words he said.
I remember this.
He-
First
he-
season- the first
he
season
said-
was good.
He said it gets good after like 30 episodes or something like that.
That's Black Clover. That is right, sir. That is Black Clover. The story
All
will
one
die
and
on
the
forever.
I forgot. There is one big show we forgot to talk about.
Which
I
one?
don't know what you're talking about.
Demon
Shut
Slayer
up.
movie.
Shush you.
Ah,
The
Train
train.
Boy.
Sorry. Demon Slayer
It's-
train arc.
the train arc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Train arc.
Oh, yeah, we
Okay,
talked
anyway,
about
so
that.
let's talk about another show after. Right?
Okay,
Just the
okay,
Demon
okay,
Slayer
okay,
train arc.
We've talked about this many times.
Watch our video where we're talking about the train arc.
Slayer.
I guess. What did we
Okay,
conclude
choo,
last
choo,
time?
choo.
That it,
That
wa-
you
it,
wa-
wa- it wasn't that different, but it was a little different.
Basically, watch episode 1, watch episode
Was the last
12,
episode?
yeah, whatever the last episode
Yeah.
is.
It's like,
And
hey,
then
And then
continue this.
continue.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Mhm.
That's how I suggest. Watch the first
That's what I
episode of the
did.
season, and then go to the movie, and then come back to the very last episode of the train arc. So,
And boom, you've seen it.
and you'll feel
So,
like the
TV
whole thing is fully complete now.
It's fully
Yes,
complete
that's how I
after the
feel now.
first episode of the district
yes.
part.
Yeah.
Yes. But I
And-
want to talk
yeah.
about that.
And then right there, boom,
Boom.
perfect.
But
Next- we'll
that's
talk
still
about
ongoing.
that
I
next
get,
season.
yeah, we'll get to that in the next one.
But other than that,
Episode 6 though.
Yeah.
It's really good.
yeah, of the train arc.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
No. I don't know how it was episode 6.
don't care.
Probably fighting
Yeah, probably.
the demon
Uh huh.
on a train
On a
The
train.
Slayer.
Who's become a train?
who's become a train. Yeah,
Choo
yeah, yeah.
choo.
Hey. Demon Train.
Do we have any other shows?
I think that's most of the big ones.
We didn't
But we-
watch season 2 of the House Husband. I remember that.
Yeah, we missed
Oh,
I
yeah,
still
we
haven't
missed
seen
out.
it.
And so let's make a
Ah.
mug. Best Spanish,
Oh, I forgot
Japanese
that.
Spanish I've ever heard in my life.
I
That's
forgot
it.
about that.
You guys got
That's it,
anything
right?
else?
That's basically all of it.
Basically,
Yeah.
yeah.
We went through it
My
all.
computer didn't crash
Different
anymore.
order.
Sweet.
Yeah, we only stopped 3 times. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'd say just end it. I can't think of anything else to talk about. Unless you
yeah.
guys do.
Thank
That
you
was
guys.
this last season. Thank you for listening to us ramble about this last season. What do you think of last season? I mean, if you ask me, last season was a lot crazier than what this season is. More
Oh God, yeah.
packed.
There was like 12 shows I wanted to watch last season. I saw like 11. So
winter season. Last year was crazier than this winter season.
this winter season's got like 5 shows.
Oh yeah, last winter season it was like season 2s of everything that didn't come out because of that illness.
Yeah, yeah.
Winter season.
It was great.
Guess I'm looking at it now.
Yeah.
Yeah. It had redo of healer. You're right. It was great.
Yep, it was the best one. Thank you so much for listening to us ramble. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell us, what shows you watched last season, what you liked. Buy their stickers.
And our next episode will be season 3.
Oh yeah, because changes.
Every time we change the
Michael
background.
maybe would have uploaded a video.
Oh yeah,
Maybe.
or 2.
Maybe,
Maybe.
right? Maybe.
Watch his videos.
Yeah, watch his videos.
Mhm.
His stuff's also,
Maybe.
in the details.
I like his essays. They're pretty good.
Yeah,
Mhm.
they're great. Go watch them.
I link it
Watch
in the
you.
description.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Peace.
Hey, Spike.